Hey guys, welcome to my second match of my Ruric Thar draft. So this is after winning round 1, I'm playing my opponent here. So I'm going to lead off with a Centaur's Herald. I think my opponent was on a Multi 6, but no, I'm wrong. He's not on a Multi 6. That was a different game, sorry. Anyway, I'm going to play actually one of my 2-drops, which is kind of ridiculous because I almost never have 2-drops in this deck. That's really good for this matchup. I saw my opponent in deck building a little bit, and I knew that he had some counters in his deck, so just being able to get my creatures on the board before he can do anything about it is really good. He is actually, though it looks like he has a lot of colors, I think he's got 4 right now, he is stuck on mana, and that's not really where he wants to be. His deck has a lot of colors in it. I think it's a 5-color deck. I think yeah, I can see red, green, blue, and white, and I know he has black in there too. And I think black is actually one of the more main colors. I think is green, blue, black is main, and then the others are kind of splashed. Not 100% sure, but anyway, he's gonna play Nivix Cyclops here. That's not great for me. It's like a decent blocker, and if he has like a downsize or something here, then he can just eat one of my guys. But it's definitely not that bad. I'm just gonna drop a Crown Ceratok, evolve my Battering Krasis again, so it becomes a 4/3 and beat in. And I think once Battering Krasis gets to a 4/3, he actually just starts to become ridiculous. And anything before that, he's really not too worth it. But it just seems like there's such a big jump between a 3/2 trample and a 4/3 trample. And once he gets to a 4/3, it's such a big difference. But anyway, he's going to miss another land drop. Unfortunately, he missed his 4th last turn, and he's going to miss it again. So he has to basically settle for not doing anything this turn. And I'm basically just going to beat in with all my creatures and see what he can do. I mean, Battering Krasis is a 4/3, so that can't be really blocked profitably, even with an instant or sorcery, and neither can Crown Ceratok. But the others sort of can. So he's going to Cyclonic Rift my Battering Krasis, and I mean that's pretty good considering Battering Krasis is just a 2/1 if I drop it again, and I have to like find more creatures and stuff to actually evolve it again. So he's just going to block my Stonefair Crocodile and kill it. He's still going to go down to 1 though after taking damage from the Crown Ceratok and the Disciple. So I'm just going to replay the Battering Krasis, and then I also have the Centaur's Herald to evolve it. So that's really all I need to do is just sacrifice the Centaur's Herald. He's going to Void Wield my Crown Ceratok, and now I'm going to basically have 3 creatures. He's tapped out of mana, so I'm going to be able to kill him the next turn, so he just concedes. But, I mean, it's smart to make me at least remember to sacrifice my Centaur's Herald so that I actually have the game won. Anyway, he's going to be on a Multi 6 in this game, unless I'm wrong again, but I think that's the case. And yeah, anyway, I don't really have a 2-drop, and I don't get my Centaur's Herald out either. So I'm going to just play a Croconaw on 3, and he's going to Psychic Strike that. So this is a lot more along the lines of where he wants to be than the other games. But anyway, he's going to mill, I think, my Keyrune and a Sluiceway Scorpion. So Sluiceway Scorpion's obviously awesome. It's fine that he milled my Keyrune because I actually have Mountains in hand this game, so I don't really even need that. But anyway, I'm going to play his Crown Ceratok, but he's got another Psychic Strike, so that's unfortunate. I probably could have played a different 4-drop or another 3-drop and tried to wait until he's actually out of counters, but I thought that would be that turn instead. Anyway, he's going to drop a Pyro Convergence this turn, and as you guys can imagine, that seems pretty good in his deck since he is a 5-color deck, so almost everything in his deck is a multicolored spell. Anyway, I'm just going to drop 2 Centaur's Heralds, and I know that at least one of them is going to die from the Pyro Convergence, if he has like a removal spell, but he can't kill them both because I can sacrifice one of them. So it allowed me to put a creature on the battlefield that actually wasn't going to die, and it also kind of like sort of forces him to cast a spell. But since he does have the Pyro Convergence, he can just cast a removal spell on one and target the other with Pyro Convergence. So that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to play Drown in Filth targeting one, and the Pyro Convergence targeting the other, and I'm just going to sacrifice the one that was targeted by the Pyro Convergence, because if he doesn't hit any lands, then my creature doesn't even die. But he does end up hitting 2 lands, a Debtor's Pulpit and a Runner's Bane. And yeah, I think that's going to be all for his turn. So now I did manage to stick the Centaur, and I can start beating in, and he really needs to draw an answer to that if he wants to even win the game. But I mean, so it's outside the range of Pyro Convergence, so he would need 2 Pyroconvergence triggers to kill it, or he needs to find a removal spell, but he's drawing a lot of lands now, and that's really not good for him. So I'm pretty much dead in terms of cards in hand. I don't want to put the Scavenge onto my Centaur, because if he gets a removal spell, then it seems like a pretty big waste. And I'm going to cast Toil Trouble here, and I'm going to target him with Trouble and me with Toil, so I get to draw 2 cards, and it's really not that big of a deal. All I was trying to do here was draw 2, and I just had a ton of extra mana, so I figured I may as well make him discard some. But he's going to Psychic Spiral me, and that's really his primary win condition here, is Psychic Spiral, and or that's one of his primary win conditions, just to mill me out. So that's what he's going to do here. And then after I draw 2 cards, I did actually lose, I think, about 6 or 7 cards in my library. So, I mean, he's definitely not that close to killing me, but not quite so far either. But unfortunately, since I did pay the extra just to deal 1 damage to him, or I thought it would be 2, I couldn't actually cast another spell that turn, so it probably wasn't even worth it in the end. He's going to get a Grave Betrayal here, and again, I guess that could be another win condition in his deck. All he has to do is draw some removal, but he does actually need to hit that removal if he wants to kill me. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can actually win the game here, and I figured that I can take him to 1 because I can scavenge a Sewer Shambler and a Sluiceway Scorpion that made it into my graveyard, and then launch party my Centaur. Actually, no, that wouldn't work because it wouldn't come back on his side of the battlefield since it's a token. But, and actually I think I need the target upon casting it. So, yeah, I wouldn't actually be able to do the damage with the launch party. Yeah, so anyway, those are, I'm just going to scavenge both those onto him. And the reason why I'm not too worried about doing it now is because I have a Miming Slime, so I can use that to make another gigantic creature. So I did get benefit out of the scavenge either way. And anyway, he's just going to draw a spell and try and cast something like, yeah, he's going to cast a Pilfered Plans to draw 2 and try and find an answer. But he needs to be able to answer both my creatures, and that seems pretty unlikely at this point. I guess, and especially since both of them are tokens and he can't get either of them back. But, I mean, he's just going to use the Pyroconvergence trigger to deal 2 damage. But he would still need a way to deal 5 more damage to one of my Centaurs, and he can't manage to do that. So that was the game and the match. I guess after, since we're already done with it, I can tell you, I accidentally missed the recording of the first match. I don't know what happened. My camera just shut off randomly. And this was just one afterwards we played for fun. But I won the first match too, so I was able to get 3 in a row. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that video and have a wonderful day. Bye.